Hey guys, this is AthleteNextDoor episode 9. We'll be sponsored by Strong Dad Apparel today. I'm hitting up Jermaine. We are going to go lift some rocks in the woods. I'm going to pop up on the video a quick screenshot of some of the stuff that he does, some of the stone lifting he does out in the woods. So I wanted to link up just because no one else is really making videos like that. I really love that niche content. I think he will blow up soon enough in it. The more time he spends in the sport of strongman and his love for it. So this is just a kind of prequel to us doing our lifting. We're on our way up there. It's about an hour drive to the lifting spot that I've always liked as a kid. So what's your full name?
Jermaine Rhoden.
All right, so
yeah.
You've only lived here a year.
Yeah.
A year and a half almost.
Close enough, yeah.
Moved from Pennsylvania, outside of Philly.
Yep.
Not Philly.
Yep. Philly. If you're not from Philly, they do not want you to claim you're from Philly.
Yeah. So let's start it off how I start all of them off, with your history in sports and like from early childhood to currently starting strongman.
Yeah. Did a lot of sports. Started off playing tennis, baseball, track and field, basketball.
Okay.
Did a variety. Never played soccer. Played soccer one time at lunch and realized I wasn't good at it.
That was my high school sport, was soccer, actually.
I didn't have the foot-eye coordination. I just couldn't dribble, couldn't do any of it. And I just couldn't kick the soccer ball also, so that never turned out to be a sport. Got to middle school, continued with tennis, baseball, added in more like mileage stuff because we had a 6th grade mile record, a 7th grade and 8th grade mile record.
Okay.
And I was like, let me see if I can break those. And I was able to, I missed the 6th grade one. I think I got the 7th and 8th grade one. And there was a kid that broke it like 2 years after me. And I was like, couldn't even let me have it for a little bit. Got to high school, I dropped a couple of sports to be a little more focused and be dialed in. Started off playing
On like dialed in on track.
I'm just dialed in a general sense, trying to figure out what I wanted to do to get to college, because college was expensive and I knew I needed a sport to get there.
Yeah.
So I was doing football in the fall, basketball in the winter, and then track and field in the spring. Football, first season, Oklahoma drill. I get laid out and I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me anymore. I'm like a $115. If I knew I was gonna be big, if I knew I was gonna be big, I would have stuck with it. But I just didn't know I could gain size, and I didn't know that my family was like decent at putting on weight. So I thought I was gonna be a skinny mini my whole life. So I was like, this isn't the sport for me. I'm fast, I'm quick, I can catch, but I can't hit and I can't take a hit either. So I dropped that, switched it for cross country in the fall, maintained basketball in the winter, did track in the spring. And then around my sophomore or junior year, I added in winter track because I wanted to be a 4-sport athlete. Unfortunately, I didn't meet the practice requirements to be the 4-sport athlete, and I found out afterwards that you had to go to a set amount of practices to officially meet the criteria. But at the end of the day, it was a fun experience being able to be a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Cross country built my base for basketball. Basketball built the plyometrics and sprints that I needed for track and field. I did sprints, mid-distance, I did jumps. My favorite event was the 400 and high jump. The 400 I had a love-hate relationship with because the first 300 I was solid. I was cooking. The last 100 I would lose everything. Everything would get tight, my body would start to get, my form would start to crumble. My hip flexors weren't strong enough, and I didn't realize that my hip flexors were the issue until I got into strongman. So the 400 was always a love-hate relationship. High jump, I absolutely loved it. I was very consistent, but I was never able to break through my plateaus till I got to college, and that plateau prevented me from getting my middle school record and my high school record.
Yeah.
So in middle school, I think I have the number 2 spot. In high school, I think I have the number 2 spot. In college, I think I have the number 8 spot as a sophomore. And so that was an interesting journey because I got a decent coach, actually phenomenal coach. I'm underplaying his skills and his coaching and everything. He was able to get me from like 6'4" up to the 6'8" range. by my junior year of high school. COVID happened, everything kind of derailed, and I was like, I'm just gonna go into the corporate world instead of trying to chase some former collegiate glory there.
Okay.
COVID happens. I'm going from a sprint jump athlete who kind of shies away from the weight room because I couldn't bench 135. So I was like, I'm not going in the weight room if I can't bench 135.
Yeah.
And I kind of I dive into it. I gained some COVID weight. I gained it like 20, 30 pounds during COVID. I was eating a lot of Domino's. Love Domino's. Oh, I can
I
crush
just had it
Domino's.
last night.
Oh,
Their new stuff.
What's
Stuffed
your
crust?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't tried that yet. I'm the
it's
pan.
good.
Is it good?
Oh, it's the best. Stuffed
Love
crust.
that. Love that.
Like, it's actually good.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get some today. I love their pan pizza. I always get bacon and pineapple pan pizza, half and half.
I did pineapple chicken and steak.
Yes, good.
With white sauce.
Nice. Let's go. Pineapple.
And I always dip in their mango habanero. I don't dip in their ranch. I dip in the mango habanero.
You got a nice order there.
Yeah, typical strongman. Garbage food.
It works. So COVID hit, gained like 20, 30 pounds. Joined a local gym by me at this time, and I was initially doing CrossFit because I wanted to. I had this like grandiose idea. I'm like, I like the way the CrossFit athletes look. I like the way they operate. I like the sport. Yep. Let's see if I can go to the CrossFit Games. And I realized very quickly the gymnastics side of it was going to be a limiting factor. And I was like, I don't have enough time in the sport to get competitive within the time frame that I want to. And then I was still doing that, but I kind of gave up on the idea of pursuing that as a path. The lifts were moving in the right direction. Everything was moving in the right direction. The watts, the AMRAPs, I was doing well and I was improving, and I was like, okay, if I really do commit to this, there's a shot that I could become like a decently competitive amateur, and if I dedicated my whole life to it, I could potentially become like a maybe. But it wasn't something that I was passionate about because of the lack of gymnastic skills, the huge barrier that I'd have to go to be competitive in those specific events. And I wanted to just be lifting heavy. I didn't really want to focus as much on the cardio side.
Yeah.
And so I did an unsanctioned strongman comp just for the funs of it. There was like in Philadelphia by Wissahick and Brewing Company. It was like a 215 plus, and at the time I think I was like 211. I was like, cool, let me just pop into the 215 plus category. Let's see if I can do the weights. And I got second place there, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm decently strong. And that's kind of what got me in the sport. Trained for a little bit, did New Jersey's Strongest as a novice. I won 4 or 5 events. The one event I didn't win was the max silver dollar deadlift. I just didn't know what a silver dollar was.
Oh, okay.
So I was YouTubing, what's a silver dollar deadlift? And the video that I was using as my frame of reference was nothing like what I saw when I showed up. Really? I was like, yo, where are the neck dumpsters? I saw some competitors. I thought it was like we were lifting dumpsters.
Oh man, okay.
So I showed up, and
there's specific attachments that are,
and I just didn't know anything about it. So we took some slower ramps there. We started, I think, in the 500s, and it flew up. And I was like, hey, I think we can get super heavy with this, but we didn't know how heavy.
Yeah.
And so the individual that won got 750, and I was like, I definitely could have lifted 750 there. And that was the first event. So after that, I was like, I'm not losing any more events. I don't like that I didn't win that one.
Sure.
Locked in, was able to execute really well for the other ones. Denny Stone hold, or like it was Denny hold, and they had like plates for it. A medley with, I believe it was a box, a sandbag, and then you had to drag it back. And oh, yoke overhead. That one I thought I was going to zero.
Oh, those are interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people zero if you just can't find the balance where they want to be. You almost have to do a split jerk for the press.
Yep.
And then even out, because that's the only way you can control that weight for most people.
Yeah.
Especially when it's in a high weight range.
Yeah. Thankfully, it was 180, and
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was able to have my palms flat underneath it.
Yeah.
And I was able to balance it fairly well. So I was push pressing it, and I was able to get, I think, 13 reps there. And that was a huge win for me because I expected to zero that event. Actually, PA Strongest also. Overhead movements, I typically expect myself to zero. PA Strongest, I got like 5 reps at 330 on the Viking press. I was like, who is this?
Yeah, I've seen people talk about PA Strongest. It's a big event over there in Pennsylvania, just in the amateur level.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just from the Facebook groups I'm a part of, I've seen information about them before.
Mm-hmm. Solid group.
Then you came over here after that. After that comp?
So I came over here after New Jersey Strongest.
Oh, okay.
And then I did. I'd signed up already for PA Strongest before I moved.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm already signed up. I already wanted to do it. So we're gonna make the flight. We're gonna do it. Went out there, met some cool competitors. Got 3rd for that. I was 214 in the 231 category. So the prep for that wasn't the best, but I went in, had fun.
Yeah.
Hercules hold. That was an interesting event. It was the first time I did it. Did decently well at it. Did psychotic strength in February. That was also.
That's where I met you.
Yep, that was it was cool. I was looking at your merchandise. I loved a lot of it. Loved the shorts. Loved a lot of the mantras also that were on there, and I think I made a
yes. I still I forgot. I thought about it yesterday. I'm gonna make a strong dad or like muscle daddy.
Yeah, muscle daddy t-shirt.
I'm gonna go with it.
I'll take a shorts also of it.
Yeah.
That will be my.
You might like my new Stone Lifter shirt and shorts I came out with recently.
Love, yeah. I'm definitely gonna take a look at that so I can see what it's about.
Yeah, dude.
Because I like the logos. I like the creativity of your merchandise.
Appreciate that.
Especially that sticker that you had in me this morning. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Do you have that on shirts?
I do.
Nice.
That was my first design I came up with just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like an 80s style, like confetti look.
Yep.
Of the Husfeld. I just thought that's kind of what sparked it for me.
Nice.
I wanted that. I was like, I want a Husfeld like shirt. I don't know anyone. I mean, kind of fit, kind of fat does.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool strongman stuff. And I really like their designs, but their quality of their shirts suck. And so they have the worst shirts. And when I went with Depth Before Dishonor, they have some really lovely designs as well. But again, they have the same material shirts. And I'm just, as a bigger guy, I'm not into that. I prefer this more cotton. Like this is a comfort colors, they call these ones.
Nice.
I wanted something that was a style of shirt that I felt comfortable in.
Yep.
And a lot of heavyweight strongman like me would feel comfortable in. And that's what everyone keeps coming back to me and telling me. Actually, they love the comfort of these shirts.
Yep.
It's not the thin, stretchy stuff.
Yep.
But then the shorts, you know, a lot of people are new to that concept of like the ones like these are some too. They're very stretchy, they're very lightweight. They don't really feel like they're there. And a lot of people, like when I went to the last competition I was at, the last 2 competitions I visited, the first one had 7 people wearing my shorts.
Nice.
And then the second one had 6.
Nice.
Wow.
Consistency.
That makes me feel good. That means people actually care.
They do. I like that. I like lightweight shorts. I don't like my shorts to be baggy. I think that goes back to basketball, honestly. I hated having heavy shorts because
like the and ones that are just
all the way down to your knee. I'm like, I need to be able to move quickly. I'm about to trip on my own shorts.
I don't know how calling you out, James. So James Hill, my good friend.
Yeah.
I sponsor him. He's one of the sponsored athletes.
Yeah.
He makes jokes that the 6.5 inch inseam are too short because he grew up playing basketball and he's early 40s. And so when he played high school and college, it was long.
Yep. My generation was like mid-thigh. So if 6 inch inseams, I'm like perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. I don't need shorts longer than that.
Yeah.
I like the quads to be visible.
Yes.
I'm trying to make sure the quads are very, very visible. I gotta make them grow.
Yeah. So what college did you go to? Was that out in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I went to Lafayette College. Initially went there for neuroscience, and I quickly realized that as much as I enjoyed a lot of the courses that were involved there, I didn't want to do physics. I didn't want to do physics.
I feel that I hated physics class, and
I liked it.
I love the concept, but I don't like the class.
I didn't like that it was so math heavy in college. Like the math courses I would have needed to do, And then honestly, kind of organic chemistry broke me my sophomore year. So
Yeah.
I was like, we're switching.
That's
so
usually always like one of the top hardest classes any college offers is organic chemistry.
Yep. I'm happy that they put it sophomore year, fall. You get to decide very quickly whether or not you want to still go the pre-med track. And at that point, I was like, I do want to be a doctor. I think I would find a lot of enjoyment in that. I think it would be a very fulfilling life.
Sure.
Do I have the money to be able to pay for med school, residency, fellowship? No.
Yeah.
Do I have the willingness and dedication to get really good at organic chemistry to pass these courses, physics, calculus? No. None of that's interesting for me. So I switched to biology and English, and the English side of it allowed me to be very creative, and it kept me fulfilled, it kept me joyful, while the biology side was like, hey, this is challenging my mind, I'm learning some things. And I really did enjoy it because I got to evolutionary biology and I started learning about epigenetics and gene expressions and how they can turn on and off. And I was like, this is fascinating. This is what I care about. This is what I love.
I'm just talking about that. That's really funny. I was just talking about epigenetics like that to my wife I was talking about pigs in wild boar.
Ooh, yeah.
About that transfer where they'll start to grow. If you let pigs out wild, they'll grow thicker, longer hair.
Yep.
Their tusks will form.
Yep.
That's really funny. That's a really specific conversation I just had yesterday.
I love it. Nature versus
Right up
nurture.
here,
And I truly do believe that the more that you can shape your environment to like influence for the positive behaviors and characteristics, slowly over time, your genes are going to alter towards that.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't get as high as I should have in those disciplines, and it's definitely something I'm going to revisit later on in life because it was something I was passionate about and I want to learn more about it. So
what do you do now then?
I'm in sales. I went completely from
That's fine.
being a doctor to going to sales.
There's a lot of people in biology field who end up in sales.
Yeah, a lot. There are a lot of psychology majors also. They were like, hey, I wanted to be a therapist. I wanted to help out individuals. I just realized that the additional schooling, all the certifications, there wasn't the ROI in the immediate that they needed with all their college debt.
Yeah.
And so they got into sales. A lot of individuals with marketing degrees, business degrees get into sales.
Yep.
And it's just they want to create a life for their family, and they understand that things are expensive, and having variable compensation makes it a little more feasible to accomplish those dreams and goals.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is similarity where you added English to that.
Yep.
Where it helped you feel good. Just like, you know, for me, at the 2 weeks after I post this video, I'm going to be graduating with my bachelor's with cybersecurity, but I'm getting a minor in communication because I love communication. Here I am literally recording a podcast.
Yeah.
So learning about mass communication, business communication, just the different tracks of media.
Yep.
I really enjoy. I think anyone who's into modern, that's Yale.
I love this state so much because I'm oftentimes just looking out at the beautiful view.
So a lot of the media, I just love it. And so adding that in as a minor was just because I already wanted to take those classes, so I might as well fill up my all my electives with something that I could at least add to my piece of paper.
Yep.
So it's like, well, I'm enjoying them. I might as well add a minor in it.
Why not?
You know. So that's
I love that
interesting.
you have a cybersecurity degree. That's one of those degrees that I considered switching to because it's one of those things that I wanted to really know and have mastery of. Because I think a lot of individuals don't really know how to protect themselves in the digital space.
Yes.
And
so that's why it's such a big market now.
Yeah, it's such a massive market. I was talking to one of my reps, and his identity got stolen recently, and I stopped the training, and I was like, okay, everyone, this is going to be a cautionary tale. Here's what we're going to do right now. You're going to go to Equifax, Credit Union, TransUnion. You're going to open up an account. You're going to lock your credit indefinitely. You're going to delete those old emails that you've had since you were in 6th grade. You're going to change all your passwords from the same password because every single time I run this training, everyone asks, hey, can I use the same password? And I'm like, no, do not use the same password. And I've done this training enough to know that hundreds of y'all all use the same password for everything in our tech stack. Don't do that.
And, you know, a lot of people will yell in the field that you don't need a degree in it, and you don't. You can just get certifications, which I'm still am getting my certifications along the way. But the problem is the jobs that I'm looking for require both. you can work your way up and you can get relevant experience. But I'm married with 3 kids and a mortgage, so I'm not trying to work my way up. I'm still going to work on projects, home projects and certifications, but having a bachelor's with it is what I need to get into when I'm ready to get into that field here within the next year, continuing what I'm doing. So yeah, real quick, this is the town of Cougar. So we'll be stopping in there later. I always have to get a snack there, just something I do.
Lovely. Good looking stones.
Nice little bar set up there. They do like these meatloaf lasagna nights. It's the weirdest thing.
I love meatloaf. It was one of those things that was introduced to me late in life, and I was like,
really?
This ain't bad. I gave it a lot. I was like, meatloaf? Really? But it's not bad. It's not bad.
So my wife said growing up over there, her family never had biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
And so she tried it over here and was blown away.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, sausage gravy. Good flaky biscuits.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
We were off topic so far.
We got through into your strongman. That's awesome. You moved here. You tried psychotic. That's where I met you.
Yep.
My hammers were a pressing event for that competition.
Very challenging, very fun.
Yeah. And ever since then, you've just been doing stones. Are you looking to get into another competition here soon?
Yeah, I have. I'm signed up currently for Ugly Sweater in December. I'm in the.
That's hard to get into.
Yeah, I signed up. Jeff was like, "Hey," and I think like 7 or 8 in the morning. He's like, "Hey, you still want a spot?" I was like, "Yes." Got in there. I'm in the Pro 220 class. A lot of the weights are realistic for me right now. The one that's not too realistic is the axle clean and press, just because of the way that I want to do the axle clean and press. I'm not a fan of the Continental. I want to be able to grip and rip it like a standard barbell clean and press there.
I get you, but that's the interesting part about this is you can get up to a heavy spot, especially in an axle where there's no rotational. It's not ball bearing.
It doesn't rotate.
So you have to be you can't do an Olympic clean because it will roll the weight and you end up just slipping your hands anyways.
Yeah.
But it's unique to the sport.
I got to 160, I think, 2 or 3 months ago with it.
Okay.
It slipped out of my hand, and I was like, that's why people don't power. So I grabbed some chalk, did it again. I was like, all right, I can do this. The hands thankfully can grip around most of it, so it's not the true power clean where I release it, but it's closely gripped where I can get it. So there is a path forward where I could potentially be able to do it for weights that are north of like 200 plus. It's just going to take some time, and it's going to take some
if you have
work.
a thick enough belt, for the Continental to the belt.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You just clean it to the belt, rotate the hands to the collarbones up. I have to do an axle.
Yeah.
So in October, my friend Brian Bain, he has Jurassic Showdown.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Competition.
October 19th, right?
4th or 3rd, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm going to be competing at that, and I have to do 285 for reps. Like, that's
heavy and
I'm trying to get one. I'm trying to get one. We'll see how it goes. I just got to get more. I got to get my cleans to be less energy draining.
Yeah.
Fine. But okay, cool. And then, so what are your so we've talked about your worst lifts are going to be your presses, which is fine. That's growing. That's just a part of the sport too. Your best is kind of your deadlifts, you're thinking?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay.
My best events are farmers and yoke. Those are 2 events that if I have farmers and yoke, I know that I'm going to be very competitive in those.
I do love the
my PRs for those is about 350 on the farmers for about 100.
Okay.
For yoke, it's
awesome. 315 per hand.
Yeah, 350
That's
per
awesome.
hand. Yeah.
That's awesome.
For yoke, it's from USS Nationals. I forget whatever the weight was for the 242. I think it was either 850 or 750. I did that for 71 foot. It was shaky. It was shaky. It wasn't pretty. I dropped it, I think, a good amount of times, and I was just like, I just need to get this and move it forward inch by inch. But that was a grind there. 750 or whatever I have recorded. I think it's 750. I'm able to do that. Pick up 1 breath, go all the way for 50 foot. But the additional 100 pounds, it changes it so much.
Yeah.
So trying to get closer to 900, maybe be able to do a super yoke in the next 2 years at 1,000, and just being able to do a full 50-foot one. But
Yeah.
farmer, yoke are my two best events right now.
Cool. That's really awesome.
Deadlift, stone, those are in the secondary tier.
And once you get to that point in your yoke, they say just to not even train it like that because it's so hindering on your body.
Yep.
That do the picks, heavy picks, lighter runs. Once you're at that point now, when you're 800 plus, seeing that transfer, see a lot of people this year.
That's good advice because
I saw Lucas talk about that, and I've seen other pros talk about that.
Thank you for that, because I definitely would have been training yoke more than I should have. It's just such a fun thing to do, and I like getting heavy with it. And thankfully enough, like my body responds well during the heavier reps, and I do like one down and we're done. We're not doing multiple back and forths, but I think getting some volume in the 5, 6, and low 7 range.
Yeah, when you're building that initially, when I worked up to my 750 when I first did one, is I did a pyramid style up and down, and then I did some 800 picks, and that way 750 competition was just super easy.
Yep.
To throw, which is super cool. Okay, cool. So, what is your plans in strongman now? What's your next? So you said you got ugly sweater.
Yep.
You're just gonna keep working at it, huh? I mean, that's the thing is you're newer to the sport than other people I interview. So it's super exciting.
Very
it's a different perspective. Yeah, different perspective.
So it's ugly sweater in December. I got World Strength Games in May. And then after that, I'm shutting it down for another year to train aggressively again, get really strong.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's Strongman Corp. I want to be able to qualify for nationals there, compete at nationals, and do well.
I love USS, but Strongman Corp is like, I was talking to my friend. USS is great for people who just want to try strongman for a couple years, have a lot of fun.
Yep.
But if you want real results and you have bigger national goals, you either do both or just Corp.
Yep.
Be able to go to OSG.
Yep.
That's a big thing.
Yep. That's the goal. I want to be able to be very competitive. So it's going to be one competition next year. The events are pretty heavy, and they're going to force me to grow in a lot of areas that I want to grow. For like stones, I want to be able to get closer to 400 stone pickups.
Yeah.
Because.
All right, so earlier the battery died in the car, and we figured we'd finish up the interview here. We just finished up lifting as many stones
as we could.
We're both a little
Winded,
pushed,
sweaty,
some
gassed.
pressing, some lifting,
Single arm, both arms.
even using a strap to help us out on
Yep.
some really dirty stones. So
No grip at all.
learned a lot of stuff from each other, which is
Yep.
super great. So just want to finish the interview off with some fun questions I usually end it with. So if you could eat only one place for an entire month to fit all your macros, where would you go?
Chipotle. That's my current go-to right now. Chipotle.
I say it every time I say Chipotle.
Yeah, every time.
I tell everybody that.
It's double chicken, it's rice, no beans, queso, guac, with some...
rice, no beans. I always do
Yep.
that.
No
We're
beans.
brothers.
Double chicken?
I usually do the whatever temporary meat they have. So if they have like...
The honey chicken, have you tried that one?
No, but I
It's
mean
good.
like as in like if they have like the barbacoa or
Yeah.
I'll
That
get
one's
double
good.
meat.
Nice.
White
Oh, you
rice.
choose 2 different options there and mix and match?
No, I'll just do double of the whatever temporary one they have.
Nice.
Like then they had the brisket.
Oh, brisket was good. That
So
was good.
the extra beef brisket.
Mhm.
Sorry, the extra meat brisket with white rice, no beans. I do corn salsa and extra sour cream.
Nice. That's a solid order right there. I go to Chipotle I'd go Chipotle breakfast,
This
lunch,
guy
dinner.
knows.
It gets all what you need right there.
Yeah.
It's convenient. You can get in a burrito.
It's like Subway,
bowl.
but like
Better.
better.
No shade to Subway. Or shade to Subway if you don't like Subway.
Yeah, screw you, Jared. Some, if you were to go pro in a sport other than strongman, what would it be?
Track and field. I'd love to go to the Olympics. I'd love to compete against Mustafa Shim in high jump. And I'd love to be able to just be at the biggest stage in the world competing in a very technical and very fun event. So I'd love to be a professional high jumper.
Okay, that's a great answer, honestly. How can How can people reach out to you on social media?
Instagram, TikTok, it's Jermaine_lifts. It's going to be some hiking content. It's going to be some photography. It's going to be a lot of stone content, occasionally some gym content, but I found that a lot more individuals enjoy seeing the hiking, the photos, and the stone lifting than the lifts.
Yeah.
I will post major PRs. So hopefully I post a monster squat PR in the fall and a monster deadlift PR in December, just to round out the year. But stone content, love that. Hiking content, love that.
I'd love to see more of that stone content.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think that'll draw a lot of people into your page. And
I think so
the
too.
stuff you do, pretty unique, as in not a lot of people are just going out in the woods and doing that. It reminds me of, I'm sure you're a fan of him, Discovery Deadlift.
Yes, that was my inspiration actually. Just him going in, carrying all that weight. I was like, I don't necessarily want to carry all that weight, but I can exactly. But I can lift the stones.
You can find it there.
Exactly, I can find it there.
That's
and the idea is, the fun part of it is, you have no idea how much the stones weigh. You have no idea what type of stones you're going to find. So it's really fun being able to explore, spot it, scout the area first for all the stones that you can lift or can actually move, and then see how many of those you can actually lift. So it's the fun part's a trial and error process.
Sweet, dude. I love that. Well, thank you guys for checking out Athlete Next Door. Of course, shop at strongdadapparel.com. We got men's, women's, and children's clothing. That's our main sponsor for it. So it's a wrap. Thank you, guys.